Welcome to Class 47. Class 47 about the Last Judgment, taken from Matthew chapter 25. The description of the Last Judgment is preceded by the parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14-30, which is very similar to the parable of the 10 mines, literally translated mines meaning currency, pounds, shillings, from Luke chapter 19, verse 11-28. The idea of these parables is that everyone will have to give an account to God about how he used the gifts he received from him and what virtues he gained with their help. On his second coming, the Lord will solemnly appear as the King and Judge of the universe. All the holy angels will accompany him, and all the people who have ever lived on earth will meet him. Before that, the dead will be resurrected in transformed bodies, while the alive will instantly change. And he will separate them from one another, as the shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. The sheep serve as an image of innocence and simplicity, and the goats are an image of evil moral qualities, because there is no fruit from them, neither wool, nor milk, nor lambs, which are all brought by sheep. The sheep, as righteous, will be placed on the right, since the right side has always been considered honorable. The goats will be on the left, which is the place for the condemned. Come, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the creation of the world. Christians who have received the blessing of God the Father in the New Testament are often called heirs of the promised goods as true children of God. Everyone after his death will pass through the preliminary trial to give answer for every sin on the toll gates, the tradition of the toll gates. The verdict of the Lord, however, will be temporary until the last judgment. So this is believed by many and looked for, checked by others. On the last judgment, the people will not be asked about all their deeds, but only about the deeds of love and mercy. Because the Christian love is the queen of virtues, the result of feats and resemblance to God, who himself is love. Faith will not be mentioned because the works of love are the fruits of faith. Similarly, prayer and all other feats of faith will not be mentioned because without them, true love is impossible. Likewise, those who will be condemned will not be judged for lack of feats or prayers, but for their heartlessness as a result of their vicious life. The response of the righteous testifies to their humility. This is the law of moral self-improvement. The more a person morally improves, the more he realizes the insignificance of his perfections. The image of the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels is borrowed from the fire of the valley of Inn'l to the southwest of Jerusalem, where sacrifices were made to Moloch during the Jews' deviation into idolatry, and where the corpses of the executed were then taken, where a fire was constantly burning. This place received the nickname of the Valley of Fire and began to serve as an image of the eternal torments of sinners. These torments consist of permanently being without the loving God, but with demons and evil people. The bliss of the righteous will consist of eternal life with a loving God and good people and angels. the fate of people after the last judgment will have no end. So ends Class 47 about the last judgment.